So last time we talked, Alexis Ketter, the founder of My Legacy Challenge, went to a bar in Windenburg on Ghost's Night in an attempt to see Chez Llama again, her dead sugar daddy and first love. She waited 4 hours, but unfortunately, Ty's ghost never showed up, confirming that she was never going to see him ever again. Alexis was extremely disappointed in the revelation. She never got the chance to say goodbye and never would. She had to stay strong for her family and tried to focus on them instead. Kris tried to distract her as well, suggesting she'd improve herself as a werewolf. It was then Alexis realized the huge mistake she had made, discovering that Wolfgang Wilder, the dude she woohooed with a few episodes ago, was part of Kris's pack. Things were great between her and Kris, so she didn't want to tell him about what happened between them. Wolfgang had seemed to agree, as they both kept their distance from each other. She tried to pretend that he wasn't there as Kris trained and educated her. They sparred, and surprisingly, Alexis had won. Alexis ranked up to an apex wolf, and she gave herself the personal grooming and voracious hunger power-ups. Though she enjoyed training with Kris, Alexis was still depressed about not seeing Ty ever again, and this depression only fueled her fury. She was on the verge of rampaging. Kris stepped in and managed to pacify her. He felt bad for Alexis. She was under so much stress and had adjusted to so many new changes so quickly. He decided to help her feel better and told her that they were going out on a date. He took her to Chez Llama, a bougie high-end restaurant in Magnolia Promenade. He could tell she was still extremely tense though. He was planning on changing that. Kris got them a private table and they sat. Alexis started ranting about everything and Kris listened attentively. He wanted her to know that she was heard and her feelings were valid. Thanks to the ranting, Alexis was already starting to feel better. Ain't no way. Ain't no way Bjorn Bjersen is here too. This dude is definitely stalking her. Does Clara know about your rendezvous to Alexis's house, Bjorn? As the food was arriving, Alexis was in a much better mood. Kris and her sat and conversed as they enjoyed their meals, temporarily forgetting about the situation with Ty. Show some decorum, girl. This is a nice restaurant. Once they were done, Kris asked for her to go with him on a walk. He took her to a private, dimly lit area overlooking a pond and began to tell her how much he loved and valued her and how great of a mother she was to their children. She's barely interacted with them, but I guess Alexis was so overwhelmed by the love Kris was expressing to her, but she didn't expect for him to do what he did next. It's official. Alexis and Kristopher are to be wed. She had finally found the one. Alexis was so excited and couldn't believe she was getting married. She was so in love with Kris, and so in love with the rock on her finger that she pounced him right then and there, out in public and everything. I mean, hey, you would do it too after getting a ring.